Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Alyssa. This is my channel of New Direction, and this is a reading for Mars going direct. Finally. All right, so Mars goes direct the 13th of November, which is tomorrow. And Mars is really the planet that rules our divine, it is the masculine planet, okay? So it rules our divine masculine side, which is our action side in life. And it has been retrograde since, oh my goodness, September, I think, I do believe. September or October, I can't remember now. And you know, when it goes retrograde, when Mars goes retrograde, this is the energy of where our actions and the things that, we're kind of called to do and, called to put into action, where we can really struggle with that, or where we can really, retrogrades often are that shadow period where you do that kind of reflection on maybe what the action is in your life that you are even wanting to do, right? And I mean, 2020 has been a huge year of self-growth and self-recognition. And so this Mars retrograde could have really been quite a struggle for a lot of people, the masculines for sure. But I mean, certainly not just masculines alone. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start with some energy oracles. And we're going to start with the angels and the ancestors oracle deck here. And what we're kind of looking at is the energy that we're coming from this retrograde. What was the kind of, what was the energy of the retrograde? And then we're going to pull some different oracle cards for some other things. But for the angels and the ancestors, we're just going to look at the energy of the retrograde and what that energy of the Mars retrograde was all about. And the star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Look at that. That's a beautiful card. The star ancestor. And this is all about, listening to the inner soul. And I love this because as Mars retrograded, I think that was a really big point for a lot of us, was the action side of our lives, it truly had to take that pause because, the Mars retrograde was the period where we aligned ourselves. It really called us to align the action of our life to what our soul was wanting us to do, Oh, what beautiful energy. The star ancestor. Wow. Follow the voice of your soul. All right. So the energy of Mars going direct here, we're going to use the energy oracle. And this is the energy of this shift, the energy of the shift of when Mars changes from retrograde to direct. And it was financial constraints in reverse. Hallelujah. Okay, we're actually going to get another one too for this. You've got financial constraints in reverse here. The angel of strength in reverse as well. And as well, indecision in reverse. I kind of feel like this can have the energy of maybe, the shift can... This angel of strength, when it's upright, this is talking about, inner strength. This is talking about feeling the power of inner strength. And this shift, this is a really big week astrologically. There's a lot of energy shifts going on. So this is a really big week. So don't beat yourself up about it. But I feel like this, as Mars goes direct, there could almost be that energy of struggling with inner strength here. Financial constraints in reverse and indecision in reverse. I feel like this is the energy, where maybe there's been some constriction, like there's been a little bit of empty cupboards here, right? And and that could be due to lack of movement, lack of things actually like happening, that Mars retrograde energy was definitely the energy of things just not moving, whether it's new jobs or whatever that was. That Mars retrograde is definitely the energy of not movement. Okay. So where there could have been indecision before, I feel like this is the energy where you just kind of like, what actions need to happen here. What needs to happen as far as the empty cupboards, there's no indecision anymore. It's almost as though the indecision, you have clarity here. You know which way you're going to go. And for some, it could just be like, do I have the strength? Okay, do I have the strength to actually go forward here? Do I have the strength to be clear in this indecision and to actually go forward with it, right? Okay, this was the only deck I hadn't shuffled pre-shuffle. I just realized that as I picked it up. Oh, geez. Yeah, see, look at that. So this is the Spirit Animal Oracle, and this is the energy here of really what we're kind of going to be feeling as Mars continues moving direct. And Mars is actually moving direct in its own sign of Aries. Well, Aries is ruled by Mars. So Mars really enjoys being in that kind of energy field. It's a very comfortable kind of energy, which is kind of nice because, you know, retrograde in its own sign hasn't really been good either. All right, look at this. Ant spirit and the bee spirit. Time to collaborate and sweet results await. Those are beautiful energies to be having as we go forward. You know, and it's kind of cool because both of these are about like working together. You know, the ant spirit here is all about collaborating, and, you know, it takes, like, an ant can move, you know, so much. But ants are like the busiest and the hardest working little things out there, right? And they build these massive, you know, ant hills and these elaborate kind of, you know, places to live in. But it's because they work together, right? And this is kind of that energy here. It's like the bee spirit is all about, you know, going out and working hard, but acknowledging that the hard work you do for self ultimately reflects back to the, you know, to the greater hive. Like it ultimately like brings goodness and fulfillment to the hive. You see? So this is kind of the energy of really collaborating, understanding that your own light, your own sweetness, you know, as you work towards what it is that is authentically serving you, you are therefore, you know, bringing your authentic self to the hive, you know, to the greater hive, to the world, to the collective, right? Wow, those are some pretty beautiful energies. So I think we're going to go with the Light Seers Tarot. And we are going to really look at what is changing, could be changing as far as, you know, when Mars shifts, when Mars goes direct. I'll get 2 more shuffles here. What is changing here, Spirit, as Mars goes direct? The Sun and the Nine of Pentacles. You know, this is the energy here of really finding self-fulfillment and being really kind of fulfilled in self. And the Three of Wands, isn't that beautiful? You know, the Sun and the Nine of Pentacles, this is about really embracing the fulfillment of self, you know? It is. It's about really kind of going out and basking in this light and basking in the Nine of Pentacles is all about self-fulfillment. It's about self-abundance. It's about self-joy, even self-liberation. It's just feeling full within self, you know, and understanding that you are in this place of worthiness, you know. And then the Three of Wands, I love this. This Three of Wands is like this, like, step out, you know, this movement in where you have been. And as you go forward, like, this is really the energy of like aligning yourself to a new kind of being, okay, to a new spiritual being, just to a new sense of self, really. It's almost like this energy of what's changing is this fulfillment of and this open-heartedness of self, and understanding, you know, the worthiness and the happiness and the fulfillment that is all at your fingertips, and that is all for you, you know, and then understanding this direction in which, you know, you must kind of like lead yourself down this path now to go towards, right? This is the new you, right? Wow. All right. Let's see, what is challenging here? What could be challenging with this Mars going direct? That was a few. Actually, that was a lot. We're going to take the Devil and put the rest of them back because there was like a gazillion piles there. Wow, the Devil, the Five of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. That makes a lot of sense. What action is Mars pushing forward now? The Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. These are beautiful energies, guys. Okay, you know, what can be really challenging as Mars goes direct here was the Devil, the Five of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. And this is really the energy where low vibration, toxicity, you know, just this kind of garbage bullshit here, where it almost, like, the Five of Swords is that toxic communication, okay? It can be very tough communication. It can be very, like, just, bleh. Like, that's kind of the energy here. And see this Nine of Cups? This Nine of Cups, again, is about self-fulfillment. And isn't that interesting that the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles came out? You see, there is a lot of healing happening within 2020 for sure. But this Mars retrograde, like this is very much about the shift within self. You know, when it's a huge masculine, when it's a huge planet that's shifting like Mars, you know, that's our divine masculine side, you know, and that is our action side. And this really, you know, this energy here, well, I kind of feel like it for all of it with the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups here. Like this is about self understanding. Okay, and self-healing and going forward with a new direction, a new sense, a new purpose of self. Okay, the challenge here could be where you allow yourself to talk the negativity back into it, where you almost talk yourself out of the love and the healing and the emotional like peace that can come from this. You know, the challenge can be to let go of the toxic behaviors. The challenge can be letting go of all of the negativity, all of, you know, this kind of like, you know, this one does have this guy in the back where somebody can be feeding him bullshit and really, but it also to me is a lot of headspace here. You know, he's stuck in his own head. He just keeps repeating his own negative kind of thoughts to it, right? And that can definitely be a challenge. We have to get out of our own heads, guys. And we have to make sure, like we have to watch our words. We have to make sure that the words we are saying are not feeding ourselves more negativity. Okay, the actions that Mars is pushing forward here now was the Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. And this is really the energy where Spirit is like, can you acknowledge the cup that is here for you? Yes, okay, cups got spilt, okay? Yes. Sadness happened, shit just didn't work out, opportunities were missed, whatever the case may be. Yes. But here Spirit is offering a cup of opportunity with a lot more color and something that is actually going to spark you, serve you, you know, lead you, guide you, whatever that is, right? But this is a cup here. And this is the action that Mars is pushing you to kind of look for, is what is this cup? Yes, okay, cups got spilt, but stop staring at the spilt cups. Turn your head and pay attention to the opportunities now that are coming out. Mars is pushing you to look for this energy here. You know, it's pushing you to look for the new beginning. It's pushing you to look for the pentacle that is yours. The one that you can plant, the one that you can change, right? It's asking you to find this. It's asking you to do the work, to look the other way, to find the new beginning here. Finish out the cycles that are done. Okay, Ten of Wands. Finish out what has been tough. Cross your T's, dot your I's, right? Pack your bags, but move yourself away from the burdens. Move yourself, like complete the cycles that need to be done, you know. 2020 has been a year of personal healing. So if you need to go back and you really need to do this, like, you know, I don't know, deconstruction of what you're carrying, please do it. Let's get a clarifier here for this Ten of Wands. Too many, Spirit. One clarifier here. Wow, the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, we'll take them. Okay, the Ten of Wands here is again, like Nine of Wands and Ten of Wands. It's because this is a massive completion. But it again, look at another nine. It's again about understanding the self and understanding the cycles that you have come through, the heartaches, the challenges, all that you have grown from, you know, and who you are because of that now. Okay, it's about the seeds that you have planted, the work that you have done, you know, and trusting that they are growing. Trusting that, you know, whatever way you choose to harvest what you have planted, that's up to you. You harvest your crops the way that you want to harvest them. Do not tell people, you know, do not allow other people to tell you, well, this is how this has to be done. No, they were your seeds. You planted them. You do this your way. Okay? You heal the way you need to heal. You let go what needs to be let go. But embrace your own self here. Okay, that's so important. It's so important here to embrace your own self. If you didn't pick it up with all these, you know, nines, I can't say that enough. This is about self. Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, the only one we don't have is the Nine of Swords, and that's kind of cool because the Nine of Swords is actually kind of an anxious card. So these are all the good nines to have. Okay, let's see here what the Sun is. The Sun is the Emperor. Wow. And that's actually, the Emperor is Mars here. Look at Mars, you know? And this is where fulfillment and forward movement really just start happening, I feel. You know, as Mars goes direct here and, you know, and as far as what is changing here, this is where you embrace the power. It's like, you know, you've done the reflection period and now it's coming forward, you know? You're coming forward into the sun, into this embracing of newness, you know, of new self, of new purpose, of new direction. Okay. But the emperor is, I mean, the emperor is somebody who is, you know, powerful within their own. Like they know their worth. They know they know who they are. Okay. That's kind of, the Nine of Pentacles. We'll grab one for the Nine of Pentacles here. The Nine of Pentacles here was the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. You know, and this is that kind of self-understanding, that self kind of like fulfillment, you know, maybe where you start actually making the things. And sorry guys, just give me 1 second. Alexa, can you turn down the music, please? A little more. Alexa, a little more. Turn it down a little more. Okay, great. Sorry. All right. I am in the salon today, so it is a little noisy and I do apologize. All right. So here we are. This Nine of Pentacles, you know, this is about the self-fulfillment. It's about doing the things that make your heart happy. It's about, you know, aligning yourself to the things, the 3D things in this world that fulfill you, making sure that you are taking care of yourself, you know, self-care. And self-care isn't about taking bubble baths. I mean, those are lovely aspects, but it is about making sure you're addressing your energies. You're grounding yourself. You're actually physically taking care of yourself, you know. And the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups here, because this is kind of where you understand, and it's almost as though there's this movement towards a deeper level of feminine understanding. And within that deeper level of feminine understanding comes this intuitive connection. You know, and the Queen of Cups is kind of like the High Priestess. And she's very like intuitive. She's very connected to the things that aren't in her 3D world. She has the faith, right? And this is kind of that movement here, you know, where maybe action steps are being called and you can see that. You align yourself, you start making those tangible steps to align yourself to the things that make you happy. You listen to the intuition as you do that moving, right? And then that's why the Three of Cups, that's why the Three of Wands is here next, because this Three of Wands is about that divine movement. It's about that change, that change in pace, that change in direction, as you actually take the step of a new direction of self here. Get one for the Three of Wands too here. The Three of Wands. Three of Wands gets the world, Three of Wands. Three of Wands gets the world in the Five of Pentacles, because this energy is where you move yourself past what has held you back, what has been despairing, what has been tough, what has been dark, what has been lonely. This is where you kind of understand that all the cycles you have been through was for a purpose and a reason. And you can understand that those, you know, though they were hard and they were challenging and tough to get through, they ultimately pushed you to get to the point that you are now, right? And in this place that you are now, this is the energy of going forward as a new being. Setting new sights, setting new goals, setting new intentions, but moving forward as a different kind of being, a healed kind of being, you know? All right, I do want to get one here for this devil energy here. And the devil gets the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups, interesting enough. You know, and this is low vibration toxic energy. It can be things that you have maybe been really attached to, you know, and whether that's people or places or limiting beliefs, but this is where you understand that your light is definitely stronger, but more important than any of the nasty spewing devilly shit that comes along with this kind of devil energy. You know, this energy here, and what can be challenging is definitely you embracing your own light and shining strong, no matter what kind of negativity comes your way, right? Absolutely. It can be tough to be able to understand and know which cups to pick, you know, and sometimes that's that low vibration energy, because we pick cups that we already know aren't going to serve us. You know, and it's important right now to not only like choose the cups that are in alignment with you, but choose cups that you know, if you've repeated those patterns a couple times, be smart about it, right? Don't allow yourself to get sucked back into this attaching low vibration energy. You're not that puppet on those strings, my friends. You're not. You have the power here to change it, but you have to be like this. Find your inner light and align yourself to what that inner light is asking you. All right, I want to pull one here too for the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups gets the Hierophant, the Empress, and the Ace of Cups. Wow, that was a lot more than I was intending. But anyway, the Nine of Cups, this emotional self-fulfillment. Like this is fulfillment of the heart. This is fulfillment of the soul. Okay, cups are all about our emotional levels. And what can be challenging here, this was the last card out, because it can be very tough to feel that emotional freedom when you're releasing yourself from this toxicity and, you know, you're overcoming any sort of bad communication or, you know, and that can be to self or to others, but whatever that looks like here, right? But this emotional fulfillment was the Hierophant, the Empress, and the Ace of Cups, and it can be hard to connect ourselves to a higher. It can be hard to connect ourselves and have faith that what we are manifesting will come into us, and that the blessings that are coming to us in the shapes that maybe weren't the way we thought they would come are still our blessings. You know, it is a challenge to open your heart up to accept what the universe is offering you, because it doesn't always look the way that you thought it needed to look. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Really, truly, right? All right, we're going to pull a moon card here, and we're going to pull one for the Divine Masculine. And the Divine Masculine gets, it's time to release negativity. Look at that. It's time to release negativity. And again, this isn't just about the men, right? Okay, this isn't about the masculines or those who, you know, like this is within each of us. Okay, this is the divine masculine side within each of us. This is what, you know, that action side of yourself is calling. Release the negativity. If you want change and you want to actually make yourself, you know, go forward on this path, then you have to release the negativity that's preventing you from making those action moves forward. Release what's holding you back. Let's get one here now for the Divine Feminines. For the Divine Feminine Energy, Spirit, can we get a moon card here for the Divine Feminine Energy? Thank you. A win-win outcome is forecast, and I love this. Okay, and this is the energy of, you know, if you have faith that what is to be will be, you know, and you allow, you know, you do your work, you do your healing, you know, you put in the steps, you put in the work, but you are not resistant to the change or what needs to happen, right? You don't have it like, this is how it has to be. You allow it, just, you allow the flexibility, the balance of what naturally is to unfold. Okay? The win-win will always be there. Because when we allow the universe, when we show up and we do the work that needs to happen, you know, and we allow the universe to take control and take it and do what it needs to do, then what comes from that is the win-win. Because that situation that came from that is going to best serve us. Okay, and this is what our intuition is guiding us. This is what our inner knowing is guiding us. When we're talking about the divine feminine within us, you know, this is our inner knowing. And our inner knowing says we know that as long as we have the faith, we know that if we make these moves and we put, you know, we do this and we do this and we just allow for what is to be, it will be the way it needs to be. Wow. All right. Let us finish off here. What are we going to finish off with? I'm really feeling, I'm really feeling the LQ deck, actually. And I know it's funny because Mars is the divine masculine and this is the she-who deck, but let's see. As Mars goes forward, let's see. What is the energy here? Who are we embracing going forward? One more here. Who are we? Okay, that came out. Blue. She who loved once. Fragile, secret love, rejection. Blue. She who loved once has a sad demeanor because she is thinking about someone who no longer accepts her love. She wears a golden wreath on her dark hair and clasps flowers to her heart. From her glance, you can see she is feeling lost and alone now. The delicate dogwood flowers are meant to be given to someone special, but Blue hesitates in offering her love again. This card encourages you to explore your own feelings of vulnerability. There is always a risk in revealing your emotions. If you have a secret love, it can be a thrilling thing as much as a terrifying one. If you tell them how you feel, will they respond? Will they appreciate your declaration, or will they walk away? The only real way of knowing the secret is to hold out your gift. Let this card remind you that you weren't meant to love only once. If you suffer the anguish of rejection, Allow yourself time to heal, and when you are ready, pick up new flowers. Face the world head on so others can see you to offer you their love. That was kind of a beautiful way to end that. All right, guys. Well, there is a new moon on Sunday, so keep an eye on my channel for the new moon reading that is coming. Be sure to check out your zodiac signs if you have not yet, and please hit like if you enjoyed this video. All right, talk to you later. Take great care of your souls. Bye now.